No, I don't sell cars. Know about cars.
Sorry.
I just know about cars. A little bit about cars.
So someone has a budget of 20 million and I have a couple of
20 million is tricky.
What is not so tricky?
Like you know why the 20 million is tricky? It's because with 20 million, you're literally 5 million away from a bond.
Okay.
What's
the best price I can get? That's Subaru Impreza XP at.
The XP in the bond isn't it like 50 something?
Yeah, that's about 50. Something 50. Don't remember the pictures I posted. I don't getting a car by face.
So you have 20 million now.
Like I said, by faith. You don't know what a currency faith is.
Yeah, but the thing is you're being picky.
Oh, like, yeah. You just want me to say your name?
No, you see your name, but look at the options in like the budget you have and drive that.
Okay, you advise me as a first time driver.
Yeah, 20 million. I thought
you're
not
saying.
Yeah.
Totally get out. The number what I got million. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I decided.
No, like a Sienta now in the bond is 29.
That guy is
I know, but me I'll drive a Sienta.
You guys, that's why some of us are singing.
Yes.
Continue with your life.
No, but you see.
It was healthy like a selfie kind of thing.
No. So
the road and hearing the
so you can even get a car at 7 million, but then you don't have to be picky.
7 million, I know that car going to be
anywhere.
First of all, let me tell you where.
I know someone that bought a car at 8.5, yeah, and they're having fun. No one will right turn one.
It's the other one.
There is no right turn. So guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I have people here, and this lady in here, she's going to buy a car by faith. I got a more than million musamvu. But they are there. I know someone that is buying a car 3.5 on Monday. And it's moving.
But Deborah, why aren't we driving either way?
Because Moina Malala. 3.5. When you don't have a lot of money, test it.
The shop was when they told me getting an iced 2010 model, you can get an Impreza. This is 2012 model.
Yeah, and you can save some money. No, you will save money. We bought a 2012 model at 29. There's no right turn here, definitely. Right. Oh, left. I meant left.
You go up. Why wouldn't you go?
No, there is no left turn here.
What do you mean? The cars go up?
No.
Why wouldn't there be a left turn?
Do you drive?
I'm getting a car in faith. I don't even have a permit.
There are places where you can't go left. There are places you can't go where you can't go right.
Why can't you go left there?
It's because it's the regulation. You just can't go left. So you can buy a car at 7 million. You can even buy a car at 10 and enjoy.
Like
you see that Kakosa there, that one is called the Kosa.
What?
The Kosa, the Karia Kagenda. Kagobe. That car one. Be seeing the car.
Which one?
Kari to go back.
7 million.
I say 7. Akumja kagura milioni nga 5. Ogula kalamu kabuze. Ate kati tokagula bate katambula ate kalina mu kibuga wakati katambula.
Oh my God.
Okalaba akoba kayita kakosa.
Ate akokakola bulungi ku luguudo for rich days.
But the guy is too fast. He's even faster than my new car.
At 5 million.
5 million. Naye nga mulaba emisinde gyatwala. I'm pretty sure the number plates are actually their public thingies. So my number plates were shown. Who knows they are your number plates? That's giving yourself self-importance. Yeah, but who knows that's your number plate? Huh?
So do you encourage people to question that and they buy one car together?
You can, as long as you have. You need to have a. That's like like a 12th hand, that one there. Like, it's really old. It's the car itself is old model. I just want to get close. You see, even all the lights are working. Brake lights. 5 million.
I know that's what.
And that's a woman. It's a woman driving. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I don't know why you guys are not driving. And that's a mature woman.
Deborah, dear. Hey, sorry, friend.
Juko wona akugambye ku Monday ojje tugende tugule yesatu ekitundu. On Saturday, na Saturday, you tell me to show you.
3.5.
You wait. On Saturday, you tell me to show you. Eh?
They come with a 3.5.
You have it? Yes. Ogenda we. I see pitch motoka. No, but has that car broken down at anyone? And this person, I did not see. So the person that called me for inspection, his brother was the broker, and that was strange. When your brother or sister is the broker for your car, there is conflict of interest.
But so, it's a good thing they brought a neutral party.
No, but you can't listen to the neutral party when your brother is saying, "Oh, you exactly." That's the point.
No,
so
maybe there are these kinds of siblings.
So guys, listen. This story that I'm sharing with her is the story that happened. It's the topic of our broadcast today. So yesterday, someone called me to do an inspection, and he hadn't even paid. Yeah, he had booked. So I reached the bond. He called me at a certain bond. I don't want to mention names of the bonds. And he said, I'm at this bond, can't find me. And I know the quality of cars that are brought to that bond. So he calls me and I get there. I pick the mechanic. And when I get there, normally when I meet people for inspection, you pay me before I start working. Yeah. So he pays properly. And then I brief him. I tell him, there's a chance these cars are all not good.
So you can recommend which bonds we can go to?
No, I don't recommend bonds. The people that sell cars are business people. They'll sell you a bad car if they have to, because they have to make a sale.
So if I come to you, you will not tell me when
we go everywhere. We go everywhere.
So what are those things that you look at?
So we were inspecting a new car. We look at what they call corrosion, rust under the car. We look at body damages. For a new car in the bond, it should not have any body damages. But all the cars we looked at that place had corrosion and they had dents. But we picked one car which was the best. No, so anyway, what happens is we tell him this is the best among these, but we think you should actually look at other options. That's something I recommend with everyone. Today a lady called me, she wanted me to inspect one car, and I told her my fee is expensive, so if you're going to pay,
let's have 3 options.
At least 3 to 4 options. And she said, let's do it on Tuesday. So, and when you're going to buy a car from the bond, it's important that you go to more than one bond. Why? Because no. Actually, the price was also an issue. They were selling to him a Toyota Wish at 33. I know that a Toyota Wish can be gotten at 32 or even 31. So I don't know what budget he finally bought. But what happened is, the issue is so the running away had to be tactical. So I told him, you know what, you people will come and find us, and then we go look at other options. What I did not know was that the brother, so brother, so I kept telling the guy, should we go? Because we had selected the best car there. Eventually, Raji had to take, and we saw him. But the issue is, the issue is when a relative is involved in a transaction that you're paying, where you're the paying party, and your relative is the one that is a broker. be it land, be it a house, whatever it is, they themselves have conflict of interest. First of all, they're asking themselves, should I work in the interest of my brother or sister, or should I take this money? And also you're asking yourself, should I do what my brother is saying or sister?
Too much, or should I be fair?
Should I look at other options, or should I just stay here because my brother is saying this is the best place to buy?
So keep siblings out of buying.
No, the siblings need to come. The siblings need to come. But as a, say, what they call a third eye, they need to be your third eye. They need to be there and say, you know what? And they need to be the ones watching, the people that are inspecting. They need to be the ones that are watching. They don't need to be the ones that are selling or brokering.
Okay.
They advise, but they don't broker. You get? Because once yajja nawe. Because this person knows you better than anyone. So they will know that, you know what, this lady or my sister, if my sister buys this car, I know her, she will go mad. Or if she buys this car, she won't manage the fuel. Or our family, because you might go to the Bond to buy an SUV. I see you. I'm going to tell them your name afterwards.
Please don't. Starting close.
Actually, the people that know you will know your voice. So guys, good evening. How are you today? I'm from class, and those are two ladies that I go to class with. We have been doing these professional courses, like with one of them, the one that was talking, like with me. I think I've done from like level 3, and now we are at level 6. Yeah, but how are you? It's Saturday. That's how I end up this way. I was supposed to pass a different way, but yeah, to encourage them to buy a car. Sikosa. I want to first of all say, a first-time car buyer, if you can afford a car from the Bond, go for that. That's the first thing I'm going to say. If you cannot afford a car from the Bond, try and buy one of the latest cars. It could be a new model of sorts, or a VVTI of Almatic of sorts, and that will probably need you to have about 15 million and probably above. Yeah, you'll need to have some money. And if you can't buy those ones, I think a first-time car buyer should never go below 10. When you're a first-time buyer and you're not patient and you're not understanding and you don't want to be disturbed, talk once 1 million. But even with 10 million, don't be picky. Look at anyone. It's like I figure that people that have already been married and had children, if they are going to get married like the second time, they are looking for someone that can understand them, right? They are looking for someone that can bear them. They're looking for someone that is also tired and they just want to settle with someone to not die alone. So if you have small monies, you're literally just looking to not die on foot. Omuntu we sente entono oyagala kwevuga, toyagala kuvuga motoka type gindi, oyagala kukola ki, oyagala kwevuga. It's important that we understand the context. Ontegeera nze Arthur sinava mu kirase yagala kwevuga, njagala kwevuga, nze sina kirala kye nnoonya, njagala kukola ki nkyayagala kwevuga. And then of course there are people that have a considerable amount of money to spend on a car. Then those are the people that can start being picky about which type of car to buy and which class of car to buy. By class, I want to say they want to buy, let's say, SUV, they want to buy vans, they want to buy sport car, they want to buy performance vehicle. It's when you have a considerable amount, like you had this lady, I got a Subaru XV, a million yatano, ningatana kwa sao yadi. Ushtegera probably I know million is a kuminga, a Subaru XV. I find that you wanting to buy a Subaru XV, na yenga ate sente nezigura Mark 2 grand tozina, chibate making a sense. But I hope you guys are doing well. It's Saturday. And like I said, I would not be missing the evening broadcast for anything. Guys, I don't know how many times I'm going to be telling you this. Bw'oba ogenda kugula ebintu. Today I just had a tough conversation with my cousin. Ono muto wange avuga Corolla na mukadde. He wanted to give me money. Azirina ng'ayagala kugigula. Ne mugamba, you know what? I think the best idea is for you to buy your own car. Gule moroka eyangu ojimpi. Okitegeera. And on looking at it here wano ku surface, you would think that Arthur oina mpisa mbi lwaki muno tomuguze mmotoka bichi. And I'm using this to stress this point. When you're going to buy a car, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your dad, those guys should not be involved in that process. Bajivireko dala. Those people should not be a broker. They should not be involved as a broker or the seller. There is a conflict of interest. There is a conflict of interest when your relatives are involved in transactions, either as sellers or as brokers or as dealers. You don't want. Actually, let's extend it from family to all the way to friends. Today, mbadde njogera ne editor wange nga tweeditinga weekly roundup, and he told me that he has both a sister and brother, and one of their brothers is a land dealer. Bamumanyi munene. If he wants land, he will buy it. He has a lot of money. But one of their sisters gave this brother of theirs 15 million to get them land, to get her land. Guy nafunira muganda we ettaka mu Kisenyi. You get mu Kisenyi in a wetland, a sister. You see how it happens until when your brother gets you land in a wetland, even if your money, even if your money was only supposed to buy you land in a wetland, like principally, we have that conflict of interest. Like, why, how does my brother buy me land in a wetland? Even when what he did is what he would have done for everyone else, we expect them to have something for us. But to fake off kwanze ndi muganda omuganda wange. Ze ndi muganda wonfako. But also, when your friends or family are involved in transactions, either as brokers, dealers, or as the actual sellers, you're risking your choice. The situation I shared today is the fact that, yes, we recommended the car that this gentleman bought. I did not take pictures because I did not endorse it. I know there would have been a better car. There would have been a better wish. I did not even take pictures because the damages that were on this car, the fact that it was a bond car, zabadenga omuntu atamanyi ku inspecting emmotoka taziraba. Omuntu amanyi ku inspecting emmotoka aziraba. I'll give you an example. The people in bonds actually repair cars. They do body repair, they do suspension repair. But there are certain repairs that should not be in the bond. I'll give you an example, and this is probably something for the people that are going along to the bond to note. Abantu ba bond bagule moroka nga zitalaze, and they spray the rusted areas. You remember the gentleman when Nabagambe yaleta emotoka, he imported it himself, and this car had rust below. Katibo, the traders here, they can buy a car like that, but then they spray black under there. When they spray black under there, for a normal human being, a normal person, someone that is not exposed to seeing how this actually looks, they will not see that this car has actually been has been sprayed once. They spray suspension, shocks, mounting, but you cannot see. You're buying a car at a cheaper than normal price, yet the car looks nice. Then they actually do the actual body repair. I'll give you an example. The wish that was bought yesterday, a repair mubati. Now, someone is going to tell me, but there are cars that come with damages. Yes, and there are cars that come with damages, and those damages are left on the car. Or jirabe damage into kweri. Nze, I bought my car with a car damage that is very visible. The traders did not even try to mask it. By the time in the bond guy decides to go and spray a car or a certain part of a car, that means that part was bad. Now, there's another thing that probably you guys don't know, and this is something that I hadn't shared with this gentleman. The car that we chose, I saw it, but then I think I ignored it. Some of these traders go to other bonds where those other bonds have literally failed to sell these cars, and they buy those cars because, and probably these cars have failed to be sold because of blemishes. Nga blemishes ziri deep. Yebwa ajigulayo, ajichusa location, na ajifuwa na ajizewe. Wachitegera. So when you go to a place to buy a car, there are pointers that you should be able. Katifa inspection, we do verifications and all that, and then we figure out, okay, who actually owns this car and who is actually selling this car. Bond. The moment it switches a bond, there is a reason why it's switching a bond. Okuja konga, it's coming from a bond that, for example, tuchimanyinti a bond batunda at wholesale price, and normally when we find a car that has, for example, pointers that it came from a bond, jebagamba jebatunda wholesale, then we actually give it extra attention. Why? Because we give it extra attention because then we know ono bwe yasubuda ina byakoze. So we want to make sure that ebintu byakoze gwe tibinza tebijja kusumbua in the future. But of all the cars that we saw, enemoroka je yaguzeyo yabadenge ezisinga, but I did not endorse it because it wasn't good. So what happened exactly? So what happened is fetwagenze mu kifaawo ng'abantu batumanyi, you get, and emoroka, there were 3 cars. The 2 of them were definitely bad. They were very bad. And the third one, if you have failed to get other options. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Omanyi wabaawo ekintu kyolaba n'ogamba kino nja kigula naye nga mmaze okubulwa ekirungi ekikikolaki ekikisinga. And that's what we said. And then I said, you know what? Engeri wano wajja okubaawo saagala kukola lutalo ewantu we twagenze. I have ever gone there with one of you guys here. Ate kyanyamba nti nali naye bwe tubaawo bwe tuti to go look at another place. Those people, they called the person gwe nali nkebera ne mugamba yatusabye sente. Good thing I was with that person the entire time. Nani nyimiridde waali era n'ababuuza azibasabye ddinga mbadde naye the entire time. Okitegeera. And I was being extra careful at this place, yeah? So anyway, but what happened in actual sense, okutuuka kwa your decision? One, wabaddewo conflict of interest. And sometimes I'm really careful when someone says, my uncle has gotten me this car, my brother has gotten me this car. Njagala nnyo okubeera kati careful. Why? Because was that statement in Uganda wanga anfunidde wagenda kubawo conflict of interest, and it is what happened. So eventually nibamwetoza nga betolola baddaawo. They did not actually get a chance to look at other cars. Now njagala nkibagambe nga bwe mbadde nkigamba ono omukyala, when you go to buy a car from the bond, yensonga lwaki nabagamba waayo olunaku lulamba okujjako nga your budget is really low. Kati you see the situation when we bought the newer, ono omwami yalina budget ngeri wansi, okitegeera ngeri wansi, yali agala gula motoka ya $3.5 million. The reason why he bought this one at 36 gye yagula was 1, emmotoka already yali ku kkubo, and 2, yalina emipiira ng'esinga eri, okitegeera ng'avugirawo n'agenda. Those are the two reasons why he bought that car 36. Nenga yali ayagala kugula motoka ya 35. Kati omuntu nga alina $1,350,000 nga ayagala nuwo oba 36. Kitegeeza their options are limited. There are places you can't even go. But if you have a budget where you can actually go to other places, guys, go to at least 4 bonds. Zigendemu waliwo ebiseera bitwanonye motoka n'abantu oli n'agamba tuddeyo tugule eri tuddeyo tugule eri nga tutambudde akooye. So normally that's what inspection should actually be. Nti tambula mu motoka paka bwoko ogambe kale kangule eri. I think that's what would make more sense. Sinababuuzaako bantu bangu bambabuuzeeko ngamba siibula ngenda babuuzaako ngamba siibula. I want to upload the weekly roundup for you today before I go home, yeah? Njagala nzire waka and I rest. If by faith she wants to drive an Impreza or IST, let her first not be picky. Cause banange ku ground biralamu. Sienta will be fine, I pray for her. Sienta ajiganye. Sienta ajiganye. Wafula Meshak, you're here the first time. You're welcome. King Daniels, Paul Sema VIP, Morad Kemomo VIP. Arthur, I think today's broadcast is nicer with the lady giving us vibe. Mnagate muguddeko bubwi. Nemuga ajja tugende kusuleko wolaga. Arthur, I want to import a Honda step wagon Spada, but I don't see any on Ugandan roads. Well, Stephen, the Honda step wagon will not be a very bad idea, and the engines don't die, the gearboxes don't die, but the spares are rare. So that's where you may get the problem. Zemufuna mpola chi Forester 15-17. Yes, you can get a Forester. Neja kubanga inzo kuba bagita bati yetali cross sport, the one before the cross sport, but you will get a Forester. So anyway, guys, when you're going to buy, I find that this is something we should. Nze muto wangirira ayagala kumpa sente mu Corolla. Ne mugamba omanyi ebintu bya family bino bizibu. I understand the situation where this gentleman was. Muto agenze. This gentleman was in a position of, do I defy my brother? Go look at other options. Chaganye. Because the brother clearly said, we're not looking. This is the best place to buy. Do I defy my brother? Because when my brother will say, I don't trust him. Or I stay and so see, that's a conflict of interest. Like me, for me as a person, if I go look at other options, it's good for me. But my brother is saying this is the best place. If I say let's go see other options, my brother will get angry with me. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. It's important that we separate family and business. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Separate family and business. Why? Because when you bring family and business together, you promise to tell us how you use mobile money. I'm going to show you guys, King Daniel. I'm going to do a video now. Studio. So separate family and business. I realized majority of the time when we put family in the things we do, there are always wrangles that arise. I saw it when I was constructing. You get so friends should be your family, your brothers, your sisters should come with you. Definitely don't eliminate them. They should come. They are your third eye. They understand you better than anyone. They know what you need. They know what you want. They know what you deserve. So don't eliminate them. But your family should never be the brokers. Your family should ideally not be the sellers. You get, because when your family is the seller, there is also conflict of interest. If I don't buy from my brother, he will get angry. You get, then if I buy from him and it's bad, then I'll get angry. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So it's important that when you're dealing with something that where you stand to lose or gain, you deal with people that you can hold accountable. Ontegera. I actually felt bad for this gentleman. Kubanga amazotu was sent. We came, worked for 30 minutes and then left. We should have actually looked. Like the Toyota wish there's a single bunji. So emono kanga nyingi nyo. Wandibade tojigula. Wantu nga to wish eyo nga tetuukiride oyina jigula nga etuukiride. Okitegeera. oyina gigulanga etuukiridde, but because of the conflict of interest omuntu agenda neyeesanga nga alina okugula ekyo, and we have seen this a lot of time. Muto wange mugambye sente ezo zigulemu emmoroka eyo nze yange ogimpe. Ate si mubi. We actually had a discussion on it, and we were imagining, me and him, fe twetegeera. But then the family could actually say, lwaki Arthur yaguza munne emmoroka enkadde eri, lwaki teyamufunira empya ng'eyiye? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but if he gets his money, n'agula emmoroka endala oba nkadde oba mpya nga si yeeyange, aba avudde ku ddaala eryeyange eri gye yali avuga n'afuna eyiye ku ssente ezize. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that's something that happens. Nti weeri, I actually was sharing with him yesterday, nemugamba if you could get the kuba kati I know budde to buy, he already has a car he's driving, so taina chimpapya, so he can look around, look at options, what of its RS asobola okugifuna, kati yenga bwasobola okutambula asobola n'okufuna kapaso ku million nga 10 nga asuubudde busuubuzi okitegeera. Then which other car can he buy? Asobola okufuna Corolla yennyini ng'eyo yafeera, ayinza okuba asobola okufunayo ne ayinza okuba ku muntu ng'atunda round new model eyo ng'eri mu US series, because you see we bought a round new model at 14, but ideally it should be like 12, 10 to 12. So katomanya ayinza okuba ali eyo ng'avuga eyo ng'atambula mu bantu n'asanga omuntu nga kimukutte n'agimugulako. I don't know if you get what I'm saying when we say take family out of the picture, unless if the family is actually professional. But if the family is coming into the picture simply because they know how to exploit opportunities and you happen to be an opportunity, then that becomes trouble. Era I want to make this clear. Bobanga muganda ya kuguza. Obanga muganda ya kufunidde mmotoka bambi tompita ku inspectinga. Okitegere, don't call me to inspect if your brother or sister or cousin or auntie or uncle is selling you the car, or if they are the ones that have got you the car. I don't want to waste time. Okitegere. I also shared the story of a guy that came with the mother to inspect a wish, and then they had an uncle of sorts, and that uncle was also a broker of sorts. So he actually went and wanted money from the guys that were selling us the wishes. Bwebagaana n'atandika okukuba, bwakuba n'agenda e Masaka gye baali babeera, yo n'afuna ye mmoroka. The unfortunate bit is bw'afuna ye mmotoka, he mentions Arthur. N'agamba oyo Arthur oyo. And then they call me and they tell me waliwo wano omusajja agamba ayagala yegguza wano omuntu era tusabye miliyoni sente, ayagala yaleeta omuntu wagule wano emmoroka e Masaka. You get it? So it's in a way it's conflict that I want to avoid. Sagala kubakyawaganya bambi kubanga otuuka ng'otya n'ogamba omuntu omanyi emmoroka eno ki, emmoroka eno ejja Ghana. You remember when I was sharing the experience of a brother that was we bought a car, and the lady bought the car and left the brother, gave him money to do service, and then the brother was talking to the mechanic and was telling kuzino ndi akomeka kuimba sidi akonge ndagitwala bagikanikiri ewalala. And it took time. The mechanic I gave the job was saying hey kati atakati kino nkikwate ntya kubona omuganda we amwesize okitegeera. And of course eventually we told the lady, and of course there was disappointment, but the reason we said that was because every time the guy went to work on the car, because gwe bawange emmoroka agenda agikoleko, he would go back and tarnish the mechanic's name. Okitegeera, ng'olumba mwa sente n'azituusa nga teziwera, emimbo gikolwa nga tegiwedde, n'agamba ate makanika ye mubbi and stuff like that. Those are things that happen at businesses, and that's why pleasure. But I know people that have brothers and sisters that are in their businesses and it's totally working out fine. But generally, I think that should be where you draw the line. But I hope your Saturday is doing well, guys. In fact, now I'm at strategy level. Strategy level, and I enjoy every bit of that class. It's Like every time you go to get knowledge, zisimanyi abantu bateyongera ko kusoma bwe babeerawo. Like gobera n'amagezi ge gamu okuva 2 paka 3. Osegeera nga emoroka bwe takutomera tomanya nti emoroka esobola okutomera. Naye nga ate omuntu agenze n'asomako oba ku traffic biki byamanya emoroka etomera. Isimanyi omuntu egira mwe bagayi era woba osobola okugenda ne bwoba okozeyo kakozi ka myezi 2 genda okasome. Nze I think I'm amazed every time I go to a class. When I get to a class, I learn something new and it's really amazing. So I'm back to school. Nkyasomera emyaka emirala ng'esatu kandabe esatu. Emyaka esatu paka kandabe guno n'ogujja egyebiri. Ne guli I think guli ogujja ndoza nkolera research mu male. Then awombale emyaka emirala 2 ejja PhD. Ngenda banka. No, but I can have my PhD by 40, you guys. I can have my PhD by 40. Yeah, I can have my PhD by 40. So the question is, why do you want a PhD? Me, I just want a PhD so that I add like a PhD at the end of my name. And then you guys, if you don't call me doctor, I don't answer because I earned being doctor. I earned being doctor. But that experience wasn't nice for me yesterday. It wasn't. In a way, I feel like, should we have like said all those cars are bad because neje yaguze sienonje eriawo okitegeera, but we could not send a yombi na hizi je bizaba dembi nnyo bannange. And for the guys that are buying cars bambigenda mu bondi eziwera. That's why a lady called me today. She wanted me to go inspect for her. She had one newer for me to look at and I said I cannot come, ngenda kuba nkubye. The best thing for us to do is you get a day, we start in the morning and you have like 4 cars for us to look at. And then from those cars, we choose what the best car is. So she shifted the appointment to next week. And normally that's what I recommend. There are people that I've seen that have called and they said, Arthur, I know it's good. Guys, normally when you know the car is good, then don't call me. And I don't want you to waste your money. If you have one car, don't call me. Because that you're wasting time. Why am I looking at one car? The inspection means we are inspecting we are inspecting multiple choices and picking the best among them. That's what inspection is. Ontegera tulaba emmoroka eziro ne tukebera ntulondamu esinga. It's not inspection if it's one car, but of course if you insist I'll come and eat the money. Am I decampaigning myself? I should be accepting that money, but I feel like I'm cheating you. And majority of the time when I come it's only one car, we end up going again to look around. So don't have one option. Mzee PhD bonojifunda ka inspection tekabe ka $1,500,000. Bwe naba mfunye PhD kata onja kuba nkoze system za inspection. Nga tulina ne call center, nga tulina ne tujawa ku system tuzikoze. Ne kamera ezirengera ewala. Ba inspecting the work to get pesa. Doctor bali wano. And we see. Newe nafuna PhD bintu bijaba birongose. Mutemo okubiro ebintu bino bigenda longoka. Ate nnyo nenga koka PhD by 40. I saw someone a lady that got a PhD at 32 on Makerere one. It's amazing. Chitigeza we twave Makerere we yava Makerere gwasoka 23 nageneo nakola masters at by like 24 by like 25 ngamaze masters nadayo nakola because PhD is expensive. Nakunganya akasente nagena natanga kokola PhD at 32 najima ate kuba masters oba agikoyire emyaka ngesatu obena. Kugamba ebintu ebyo byokusoma ebyekikulu bimenya mu lwansonga nti olina okunoonya sente ezizo, olina okunoonyeza abaana ne black tax. So Arthur, if someone wants me to buy their cars and I need an expert opinion, can't you support to give a go ahead? I can, but what I'm saying, yeah, nti, and this is a question I normally get, like you call me, Arthur, if I call you and you come to do inspection and that car is not good, then what? There is a possibility that car is not good. There is a possibility that car is not good. What happens then? nze sigana, like I've said, sigana bwompita akakasente kalungi okujja okakolera eddakiika 2 n'engenda yeziwera na 2 dakiika 15 nze manke bedde mmotoka. It's two people checking the same car. Kitegeeza eddakiika kale 10 we check, eddakiika 10 we test drive, nga tugamba gula. So I would want to eat that company, Stephen, definitely. But I recommend, this is something that I've seen. So I recommend you get more than one option as a human being. That's why when we are vibing, we vibe more than one chick. Okwano no bagana no kwano li bagana no kwano. Hiyo ni inspection. Inspection. Paka botuka kugamba nti kakati no mchara. Ibintu agenda bimalanga. But I'm not saying bompita njagana nja kuja, but I don't want you to call me. You call me at 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. I will drive. Kuba botadde kaka senteko. I will drive come and inspect. But if that car doesn't pass the litmus test, normally that's where you guys draw the line. Then I'll ask you, Katibwegana, you do realize you need to pay extra money. Next time you want me to come and inspect again, then you need to pay more money. That's the thing that happened with the guy that bought the Harrier at 17 million. He called me to go and inspect a Vanguard, which was being sold to him at 15 million. I asked him, now what if that car is not good? He openly told me, Athanze sino nyamotoka sagala kugula. Netugende bweba nungi nga tujigula inangamba sivuga na kuvuga. Ero jja kumvulira omuntu anvuga. He was open and he said, Athanze tofa yo sijja kunyiga. I said, we went and saw that car. But then the next day he called me again to take me to a Harrier of 16 million. You get? And then he paid again. And then when he paid, we went to the Harrier and it was bad. And I told him, any Harrier, because we had seen a Harrier at 17. You see the Harrier 16 has been bad. Why don't we Harrier at 17? Because they don't get a inspection. And I'm telling you the things we saw for the inspecting at Yali. One, the Vanguard checked all the boxes. He would have definitely bought it. But the Vanguard was in the fence for like 2 weeks. Na egwe wogenda with car. Or ogenda with someone that is amateur. Ojigura. Then the same thing happened with the Harrier. Nze Harrier twayingira ekikomera bwetu netugirengera n'engamba yo Harrier sina kyenkibira. Okitegeera n'agamba ne jangu tulabe ne tufuluma n'entandika omulaga kimu ku kimu n'angamba tutugende. And we went. Okitegeera kati on that day he was still paying inspection fee for one other car. And then I told him, omanyi onogenda okumala okuyita mu mmoroka zonna gwe zoyagala eza layisi nga sente ziwali gaseeko ogula eri ya 17 ozimazeewo lwaki togattako emiliyoni y'esente n'ogula eya 17 eyo Harrier ya 17 gye twagula. And that's how we bought that car. Okitegeera. So why I'm telling you to get options, it's not for me. For me, it's actually, if you call me to inspect one car, I'm even like there's a gentleman, he's actually a police officer. He called me, we inspected one car because there were no other options. Arthur, I want you to look at that car. I know you're going to tell me to find options, but I looked around. There is no other car like this one. And we went, inspected it, and he checked the boxes, and he paid, and we left. After buying the car, it needed some repairs. Nebagireta no ku office yange, makanika nagikolera kawo, nagitereza. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So it totally makes sense if you cannot get options, then that's okay. But if you can get options, it makes sense to get options and look at them. Because if you don't get options, you cannot know. We don't want you to be in that situation where you think that this car that I've seen is the best. And that's what brokers want you to do. But broker tebagala oveewaawo, ayagala obeeraawo, akufumbiraawo, osasuliraawo. Then the other thing that I've told you guys to not do is I have told you to not move with cash when you're going to buy a car. When you move with cash, you're swayed very easily to pay. When you move with money, you're swayed very easy. People can easily play with your emotions and make you pay for a car that you would ideally not pay for. So it's important, get many options first of all. Secondly, don't move with the money to buy a car. First go, decide on which car, then go to the bank and pay them, or drive that very car to the bank if possible. I know that you guys don't want to move the money, but people move with money. Luli omusajja yagula Mac to grand iri 10 yo tambula ne millions 15 mukasawo nganze simanyi na kumanyi nga ina akasawo nga kasawo takata nene yogeza nakano ngamba abantu bamanyi tambula ne senenga yeah, but of course yali musubuzi yamanyiro okubeera ne sente nyingi. Sometimes they move with 40 million nenga tomanya na kumanya okitegeera right? And so people move with money. It's very okay. You can hire an Uber and move with your money and be safe. So, bro, when I call you and tell you my budget, do you get me options we can inspect for me to choose from, or I have to look for options? Then I get in touch with you. So, Samuel, this is how I normally work. For the guys that have engaged me, they know. When you call me and you say I want to buy this budget, then I'll ask you the first question is normally, have you deposited my consultation fee? If you say no, I tell you deposit the 50K on my Airtel money line, and then we talk. So after you have deposited the money, I'm stressing that point because there are people who have not answered on WhatsApp. Like very many people, they text me, they get the prompt, I don't answer. They keep talking, I don't answer. They keep talking, I don't answer because that's my time you're paying for. So, so when you deposit the money, you call me back or I call you, and then we start talking options. And then the first conversation will be like, Arthur, I have this budget. Can I get this car or this car or this car? If you can get, I will tell you. Then your next question will normally be, what number plates? Then if number plates don't apply for your budget, because there are budgets where number plates don't apply. If you're like buying a car of 10 million, 9 million, don't be picky about number plates. If you're buying a car of 15 million, certain cars you can think of number plates, but most cars don't think of number plates. If you have 20 million, then we start talking number plates. But also at 20 million, there are cars where you don't talk number plates. So then we talk number plates. Then we talk number plates, and then you say, okay, so when are you available? Then I'll tell you I'm available because you have already booked, so just tell me a day. And then you'll ask me the same question you're asking me now. Do you have options? I never have options, guys, I'll tell you. I'm out of touch. So then I will tell you, find some brokers online, GG, Facebook, and talk to them. Normally, that's what happens. You talk to brokers and tell them, Jagale moroke no neno neno. You guys already have brokers. TikTok, Jagale ne moroke no neno neno neno. And then you'll ask me, Arthur, or in each band that you're recommending over bond, I never recommend like I told this lady. Why? Those people are business people. They'll sell you trash if they have to make money. So, to avoid endorsing someone that would ideally double cross you for money, I don't endorse bonds. Either if I endorse a bond here one time, just know I've understood their model and they have given me money. Yes, I've already been approached by people just that they cannot give me the money I want. Which take it, for me to endorse them, it will really have to be a lot of money. And most of them are not willing to invest that much in marketing. So I will tell you, call brokers or call bonds or look around and see the options. Now, after you have seen those options, that's when you say, Arthur, I saw this and this and this and this and this. Come, let's go look. The reason why I recommend the number 4 is because it's hard for you to have 4 cars in the zonambi. Like, I'll give you an example of the wish we bought at 20 million. Let me spend 20 million. That couple was in the bonds the day before. They saw UBKs, UBHs. I actually know traders in Ambamani personally. But those cars were not as good as the UBC we bought at 20 million. The reason why I normally want you to go to the market yourself, now it's because mbasigenda bera mukatale na muntu ali naive. Obanda muntu atamanyi bintu bwe bitambula. Okitegeera kitegeeza oba togenda kunsumbua. Then woba ofunye option zo, my work is easy. I can work for 3 hours and go home, or I go back to work. Okitegeera kati nze nyino na abana bange ku ssomero. Kati if I work for 2-3 hours, I go pick my kids from school. Chiba kyenkolera. But the thing is, when normally the people that call me aina option mutuukawo olwokuba akimanya alina option emu nti akimanyi nti nungi mutuukako kusaawa 8 oba 7 n'emmotoka mbi. Kati nagamba ate atankuwaddaana gange kati nga mubutuufu naawe otandika okuwulira obi nomuga kale tugende tulabeko eno ne weesanga saawa ne ziwera 11 my kids kati by 4 pm 5 pm my kids baliyo bokka babiri ku ssomero. Ontegeera but then you're still looking at cars because someone thought emotoka emu gyayina emumala. Guys, ekintu ky'okugula emotoka, I want you to think of it as a very important decision for you. A decision nene nnyo gy'oli, because emotoka yiyo bwe kunaaba kubonaabona ogenda gibonaabona gwe wagenda ogissaamu ssente, bw'ina ekyamukira ku kkuba egenda kyamukira, teri agenda kubeerawo. It's you is going to spend. So that's why I thought I should talk about it. It's been a long time since I talked about it. And tomorrow I'll have something even deeper. Edacheke kumi muzindekere ngende ma uploading reka weekly roundup. Nina comment jenda yon jina desomye. Arthur, if I go with you to look for a car to inspect before buying, you get involved in bargaining for me, or you only come in after? Engineer Mugaro, I normally recommend you don't bargain for a car before you have proved that it's actually worth. It's like the thing that we say, you marry a woman before you have lived with her. You have not courted at all. Ngatomumanyi, noja nosanga omukazi kukubo n'omukwana, n'agamba nayo soka genda mbazadde. N'okwata ebintu n'ogenda n'oyanjula. Ogenda okuvayo nga kye wayanjula kimeme nkulu. Otegeera? So don't bargain for a car that you have not inspected. You inspect the car, you see other options, then you bargain. Or you inspect the car, bargain, then look at other options, and then bargain again if you need to bargain again. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So Engineer Mugaro, yes, I help you bargain, but majority of the time I want you to bargain for yourself. But I help you. Arthur, how do you manage to be consistent on your channel? It's so inspiring. Like I have nothing to do. I have to be. There's something else. Like there's an example that I've normally used. I've forgotten it. Like, have you seen yourself drown? Have you guys had that dream, Jebaita paralysis? Have you had sleep paralysis where you're on the bed like this and something is fighting you and you want to get up but you cannot get up? You want to move but you can't. Have you seen that dream? Have you gone through that? When I decide to do something, it's like I'm in a state of paralysis. I have to get up or I die. I have to do this. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I have to do this, and somehow God has favored me with you people. You're always here to watch. You get, yeah? And somehow you enjoy the content and you engage. Kati Vincent, why wouldn't I? And I find that also this might also be part of my calling as an individual. Omanyi tukole ebintu bingi, and then we forget what is your calling. You need to understand what your calling is. You need to figure out what your calling is. So I find that this is, in a way, I'm fulfilling what God made me for. Like, I'm a talker and I know certain things, so I'll share those things that I know through my talking. Yeah, so how do I manage to be consistent? I also enjoy it. This is also, it kills my stress sometimes, but also I just enjoy it. Like, I remember in my S6 Vector, I know Ichaliwa and Katoyafa, and we went to try and get radio jobs. And you know how, for the people that have tried, you know how hard that is. Then we tried to get TV jobs. And you know how hard that must be. And today we were with my editor, to call a weekly roundup. And he said, Kale Arthur, which meant was a TV never come. Kati newe na wina community vehicle. Okola programs onga buwoza agara. And that's something else. That's something else. Guys, kamba sibule banangi. Tunyumizamu. Tetunyumiza banangi. Complex George, Amina. Tunyumizamba gayi bange mwebale nnyo kubeera ku broadcast. I don't take for granted the fact that you guys here namwe abali mu Kamoli, even you guys that are watching this video later on, I don't take it for granted. Sechitoreko Norman, Sereko Stash, Jones Info, Louis, Musema Saddam, Ronald Mucho Kasibante Aksam, Ben Kako, Rosindana Dennis, Seruwo Ramadan, Juko Julius, Travel Live Vlog, Goreti Nachintu, Godfrey Tambala, Wafula Meshak, Richard N. Mwabagayi kumande tuyinza okugula moloka emyonesa twekitunu mugenda gamba banange Arthur Rachite watugamba. Busura Samuel, King Daniels, Paul Sema VIP, Murad K Momo VIP, Kawagama Enoch. Ngina baletira abakyala mwete mweraliikirira. There's a chick I'm going to book, and I'll even make her sign a consent form to appear because she's some knowledgeable chick. I want her to feature on one of the broadcasts. Joseph Nachibinge, Viola Namiro, Busema Saddam, Nathan 256, Bukenya Abbey Clip Films, Editunes, Jotham Tebandeke, Chiraumu chabade chamanyi Samuel Busurwa. Chiraumu echo chabade chamanyi. Guy namusanze ko ni wane gulu. Nimuza esi yaganyo kwa nga esi taina mutawana. He's just enjoying katiata dem Android radio. Ochitegira. Rama Charity Organization, George Bob, George Senkubuge, Vincent W. Nick Waboyi, Engineer Mugarura, Juma, Engineer Mugarura, Nzija, Sarongo, Subuga, Engineer Mugarura, very soon Nzija. Sarongo, Subuga, Aiden, Balu, Blaum 5, Bakisula, Stephen, Juko Julius oyongerako owa 3 point. Bana guys muzikirize mbasibule mwe bari kubera ko mukama abapero mukisa. I'll see you tomorrow evening, and of course you guys, I'm going to upload the weekly roundup for you guys right now. May the good Lord bless you. Arthur, you say the Vitz new model this new model Raum is more powerful than a Vitz new model 2010. Why are you confusing? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. A Raum is more powerful than a Vitz because most Vitz come with a 1 liter engine, but the Raum has a 1.5 liter engine. So definitely more power. Most of the Vitz on the road in Uganda are 1 liter. So there is no way you compare that power to a Raum. It depends on the engines and gearboxes that are in those cars. But we'll talk about the gearboxes sometime. Guys, thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao, 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 ciao.